don't tell me you got snowed in again last night.
No, I just got here. Viki called and told me to get down here. Something about Starr.
Well, she called and told me the same thing.
Star's okay, right?
She's fine.
Come on in, I guess, right?
Where's Viki?
She's out someplace, I don't know.
Oh, no. This is another setup.
Wow. Pregnant and paranoid.
Oh, come on. You're the one that suckered me down into the sun yesterday and pulled the big switcheroo with Briggs. When this time you're doing the same con, except with Viki. Well, I'm not falling for it today. Okay, Todd?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Manning. I'm sorry I didn't hear the bell. I was in the kitchen.
Hello, Lois.
Lois, why don't you tell Blair when Vicky's going to get back?
Oh, any minute. And Mrs. Carpenter told me to make sure that you wait for her in the library.
All right.
So you sure that you didn't know anything about this?
No. You want coffee?
Look, I'm going to give Viki 10 minutes just as a courtesy to her, and then I'm out of here.
You sure there's nothing wrong with Starr?
She's fine.
I feel like the...
Oh, you were right.
What?
You rewrote that headline. Made the whole story.
It practically is the whole story.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm not going to get into it with you.
Fine. Article's not bad, huh?
Oh, it's nothing like turning a cold-blooded murder into a love story.
Interviewing Alex was your idea, Blair.
Oh, but see, my idea was more along the lines of probing questions, in-depth answers, you know, journalism, Todd. But once again, you are all headline, no depth.
Now, this is just part one. I still got part 2, 3, and 4. Hey, look, what Alex said is complicated. She seriously believes that she's not responsible for Carlo Hesser's death.
She said that.
Yeah. See, that's her line. See, in her world, she was so in love with the guy that she couldn't possibly murder him.
She fired the bullet that killed Carlo. I would say that makes her somewhat responsible.
No, you see, that's her line, right? See, she was so much in love that she couldn't possibly call it committing murder.
She said that.
Yeah, she said, and I quote, "The only thing I'm guilty of is loving too much."
Oh, right. And I guess if I'm going 110 down Airport Road, all I'm guilty of is loving my car too much. Oh, please.
That's funny. No, that's funny. You should stick that in an editorial in the next edition.
No, what I should do is run it the same... You're doing it again. You are deliberately trying to suck me back into your life. Anything to keep me off balance, just like you did yesterday. Well, Forget it. Forget it, Todd.
Look, Blair, I tricked you into coming into the sun, right? Okay, but I didn't trick you into staying all those hours once you got there.
I just wanted to finish what I started, that's all.
You like in-depth answers so much, you give me an in-depth answer. You tell me, if Dorian wasn't trashing me every second, you would think about coming back down to the sun and working for me, wouldn't you? Come on, tell me the truth.
Stephanie, I think it's Tom Jones.
They put me in charge of the Angels.
We're not those kind of things.
Quit changing the subject, Todd.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're the one that pulled that little tricky prank yesterday.
All right, look, I tricked you, all right? I conned you. I lured you down to the sun against your better judgment. So what? All I did was get you away from Starr for a couple hours so you didn't have a nervous breakdown.
Oh, no. What you wanted to do was to get me out of the house, Todd, so it looked like that I wasn't taking care of Starr now that she's sick.
So what, you're saying this is all about the custody battle? Well, we all know who put that in your head.
Oh, come on. Dorian's just trying to protect me.
From what? Getting along?
Ridiculous.
No, I'm serious. Every time you and I try and do something to help Starr, she rides out of nowhere like some unwanted cavalry and tramples all over everybody.
Don't blame Dorian for what's going on here, Todd. You're the one that's ruined every opportunity we've had
You go
here.
ahead. You put all of this on me, Blair.
Todd, all you ever try to do is lie to me and manipulate me.
You don't really believe that, do you?
Oh, Todd, I believe it because I'm living it every day alone and being very careful. Because it's very hard to trust someone who doesn't even know what trust is. And how can I be honest with someone who can't even be
Who the hell are
honest?
you to try and talk to me like that? You're about as dependable as... You're
This
like
all
the opposite of
started-
that.
Stop this, Todd.
Stop this, both of you. You two have a little girl who is terribly sick. If this is the way you are going to behave with each other, why in God's name would anyone lift a finger to help you? Here you are, hoping for help from the entire community for your daughter. And you are squabbling and bickering like 5-year-olds.
Just another day at the Mannings.
Precisely my point. You cannot afford to have even one more day like this if you want your daughter to receive the kind of support that she needs from Lambview.
Come on, isn't that the point, Viki? This isn't about Todd and me. This is about Starr.
Well, of course it is. Obviously, Starr is the one who is in desperate need of a bone marrow donor. But you two are her parents. And it is your responsibility to act as if you are capable of raising her, not just attacking one another.
Starr is an innocent baby. People are not going to withhold help from her and punish her just because we don't get along.
You don't get the connection, do you, Blair? Look, you are hoping that people will come to have a blood test to become possible bone marrow donors for your daughter, in exchange for which you're going to give them a ticket to this very exclusive fashion show that we are having. Now, you tell me why anyone in their right minds would want to attend an event like that if you two as the hosts are going to spend the whole evening screaming at each other.
So you think we might have a little PR problem?
Uh-huh.
What do you want us to do, Viki? Pretend otherwise?
Grow up. Both of you. Why do you have to pretend? Don't you two see eye to eye where Star's concerned? Wouldn't both of you sacrifice anything on this earth to see that she gets well?
You know that we would.
Well, of course you will. I know that because you love her. So I tell you what, why don't you put your priorities in order and give up all this bickering and backbiting and just work together to help your daughter. Do you think you can do that?
Come on, Viki. Everybody knows that Todd and I get along. We're about as chummy as Charles and Di. I mean, why pretend otherwise?
You know what? Make an effort.
Viki, the last time we made an effort, we had a yacht full of people, we had food, we had music. The next thing you know, the lights go out, we had this huge argument. Some guy gets shot in the head. That's the Blair and Todd people know.
Oh, you are so wrong, Todd. And as far as what happened on the big boat, we didn't kill Carlo, okay?
Yeah, but that was you and me screaming at each other, right?
Oh, that's because you finally admitted that you're the one that kidnapped my little girl.
Yeah.
And I almost
But
killed
I
me
wouldn't
with
have
worry.
done any of that if I hadn't seen you and Patrick doing the rug rumble
Oh,
when I got back.
that's it.
I've had enough with both of you. I am going to the Banner, and I'm going to deal with some current news, and you two are going to stay here, and you're going to work this out. And when the dust settles, I would appreciate it if you would call me and let me know if you are willing to work together to save your daughter's life.
So?
So what?
So what do you think?
What?
Do you think that we can get along for Starr's sake?